so freaking hot. Hi everyone, I'm Jay Monet and welcome to my channel. This is my mid-year freakout tag. I've seen everyone do this tag. I wasn't originally gonna do it, but I decided might as well. I might get some new subscribers. I will be doing my mid-quarter wrap-up next week. I will also be using that video to give updates on my 2022 reading and writing goals. I do plan on recording a video either this weekend or next week, but stay tuned, it will come out next week. So let me get started with the freakout tag. The first question is, what is your favorite read so far this year? My favorite book so far this year is a new release and it's called Hollow Fires by Samir Ahmed. I actually got to meet her the day before the book came out, and she had an author event at a local bookstore town over, so I got to hear her have a Q&A with a fellow author, and she discussed her book and the things that made her come up with what she wrote about. And she signed my book, and I also got to sign her book. She has this little traveling yearbook, which is what she calls it, where she also has a copy of the book and she has people sign it at all of her events. And Hollow Fires is a young adult mystery novel about a young Muslim girl, and she decides to solve the murder mystery of another young Muslim teen in Chicago. The next question is, what was the best sequel you read this year? So I'm not really a serious person anymore. I was more of a serious person when I was younger, when I was a kid in middle school, high school. But I just started reading the Magnus Chase series. I'm still on book 1, so I'll be able to answer this if I did this at the end of the year. It would probably be either book 2 or book 3. Hopefully I get through the whole series during this year, but I haven't read any sequels yet. Next question is, what is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to? So I recently acquired Denny S. Bryce's second book, In the Face of the Sun, and I hope I'll actually open it up soon. The synopsis on the back says 1928 LA. The newly built Hotel Somerville is the hotspot for the city's glittering African-American elite. It embodies prosperity and dreams of equality for all, especially Daisy Washington. An up-and-coming journalist, Daisy anonymously chronicles fierce activism and behind-the-scenes Hollywood scandals in order to save her family from poverty. Power in the City of Angels is also fueled by racism. But Power in the City of Angels is also fueled by racism, greed, and betrayal. And even the most determined young woman can play too many secrets too far. 1968 Chicago, where Frankie Saunders, fleeing across America, is her only escape from an abusive husband. But her rescuer is her reckless, profane Aunt Daisy, still reeling from her own shattered past. Frankie doesn't want to know what her aunt is up to, so long as Daisy can get her to LA and safely. But Frankie finds there's no hiding from long-held secrets or her own surprising strength. Daisy will do whatever it takes to settle old scores and resolve the past, no matter the damage. And Frankie will come up against hard choices in the face of unexpected passion. Both must come to grips with what they need, what they've left behind, and all that lies ahead. So Denny S. Bryce is the author of Wild Women in Blues, which is also a book I need to continue reading. The next question is, what is your most anticipated release of the second half of the year? So I have 2 most anticipated releases. The first one is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I haven't read any T. Kingfisher books. It's a retelling of Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher, which is my favorite short story. And the other book that I'm excited for is Alexis Henderson's second book, House of Hunger, which is me a gothic horror apparently. She's the author of The Year of the Witching, and I can't wait for her sequel for that series to come out as well. I think that'll come out next year or maybe the year after. I know that she said when she announced House of Hunger that she wanted to take a break from that series and put out something else, which is understandable. The next question is, what is the most disappointing read so far this year? And I have, well, I've been having trouble lately with the books that I've been reading the last few months. I've been DNFing or just like having a hard time getting through books that I've been picking up, but there are two that really just irked my soul and I just had to DNF. One of them was, this one was upsetting, definitely, because I thought it was going to be really good, and it's Ring Shout by P. Jelly Clark. I really thought I was going to like this book. Unfortunately, it wasn't doing it for me. I may make a video about why the book wasn't that great to me, but the other book was one I should have read the reviews for before buying, and it's Nothing But Blacking Teeth by Cassandra Caw, because the reviews pretty much were the same reason why I couldn't get through the book. I read the first, I think, maybe 30 pages and I just had to put it down. It was not good at all. The next question is, what is your biggest surprise? For this question, I would say The Hacienda, which is a book I haven't finished yet, but I'm gonna say it's the biggest surprise because I thought it was gonna be really good. This was one of my anticipated reads for this year, and it's anyways, I thought it was gonna be a really good book. It's a gothic horror, and I read a couple years ago when it came out, Mexican Gothic, so people were saying it's gonna be along the lines of Mexican Gothic, but it's just not capturing what I thought it would. It's not capturing my attention. I had to put it down. I'll pick it up again and try to get through more of it, but it's not really telling much of a story at the moment, at the beginning, for the first few chapters, and I don't really know what it's trying to do. The next question is, well, who is your new favorite author? And I would say I'm gonna add Samir Ahmed to my favorite authors list. The first book I read of hers was Mad, Bad, and Dangerous to Know, and Hollow Fires was my second book of hers. I plan on buying Interment and another one of her books eventually. I really like the two I've read so far, so I'm definitely gonna add her as one of my favorite authors. The next question is, who is your newest favorite character? And I would have to say Joan from Memphis, which I have right here by Tara M. Stringfellow. I recently finished this book and I really enjoyed it. It was a good debut novel, and Joan is one of the main characters in the book, and she's an artist who went through something traumatic when she was really, really young, and throughout her life she just always goes towards art to express herself or to keep herself busy, and something would be going on, she'd be like, anyways, I'm gonna go draw. And I thought that her passion and her willpower was admirable, and I really liked her character. The next question is, what is a book that made you cry? And I've never read a book that made me cry, so I'm just gonna go to the next question. A book that made me happy. Lately, I haven't really been reading happy books. Yeah, so I can't really answer that question either, but I really enjoyed the books that I have finished. I would say the books that I have read through and finished and given at least 3.5, 4 stars for. And the next question is, what is the most beautiful book that I've bought? I would say The Hacienda has a good cover. I love the cover. Right. And I also really like the covers for this series, for the Black Girls Must Die Exhausted and Black Girls Must Be Magic books. I wish the first book was as good as how the cover looks. That would be to be determined because I have to put that book down. The final question is, what is a book that you need to read by the end of the year? And I'm not going to answer that because I have a lot of books that I need to read by the end of the year. If you look at my Bookstagram, you would see the books that I want to try to finish reading by the end of the summer. So I'll go off of that. But I have so many books, whether they're old books that I've had for a long time or new books that I've bought that need to be opened up and read through. So that's a lot. So there you have it. That is my mid-year freakout tag. If you like this video and you want to see more from me, whether it's book content or writing content, please like this video and subscribe and check out my past videos and stay tuned for more. Until next time, bye.